everyone, welcome to the So She Slays Show. I'm Heather.
I'm Chauncey.
And today we are talking about toxic thoughts and how to change them into positive mindsets, because we all have those nasty thoughts, but it's kind of like, how do you cope with them? How do you change them in order to keep it moving?
Yeah, how to grow for them and just realize that you're not supposed to be stuck in these toxic thoughts throughout the day. So let's start.
Okay,
Heather,
so
please tell me
yes,
toxic
tell
thoughts.
me.
Heather, you go first.
Thoughts. Okay,
because we all have them, but
a lot of my toxic thoughts this week have stemmed around acting, because I had 2 pretty big auditions this last week, which I'm totally grateful for. But a lot of actors and a lot of creative people in general unknowingly self-sabotage themselves. They let these toxic thoughts start radiating and growing inside their head, and then they start believing it, and then it's just like a freaking snowball down a hill. You just don't... You end up spiraling in this uncontrolled pattern that is so toxic and not good for you. And honestly, sometimes it really ends up doing a lot of damage. So
yes.
my toxic thoughts had to do with not being good enough, or not believing that I was what exactly people were looking for, or kind of going to this it's never gonna happen, I'm stuck, or I'm not learning, I'm not growing, am I ever going to get anywhere or do anything, that type of shit, which is very common.
See the downward spiral? The
yeah,
spiral that you
right,
went through,
right. Do you know that was what 10 freaking questions I asked myself, and they were all freaking negative. None of them were positive.
None, and that's sad. But we all do it though. It's not a week that I think that I can say I don't have a toxic thought about myself, and that's the worst part. Just because we run this amazing community of So She Slays doesn't mean that we don't suffer from our own negative thoughts on ourselves, our self-confidence or self-esteem or anything like that. We all are vulnerable to toxic thoughts, and Heather just pointed out, you can have 10 within one question.
Right? It's
and we all do that. Boom, boom, boom. But we all do it though. I've done it. I do that. Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I creative enough? Do I know? Am I a good writer? Am I a good employee? Am I a good friend? Am I a good girlfriend? Am I a good daughter or sister? You think of all these things, and it's horrible that we go through this stuff, but we have to, because I think it does help you grow though. To realize what you're saying means something, and you're oh well, I am a good person. But you have thoughts of that, because sometimes people make you feel like you're not a good person.
Exactly.
Or you're not that smart, but you are, because you have to believe that you are. So yeah, we have toxic thoughts too, just like
it happens to all of us. It's totally human, and I think what a lot of people don't realize is that, one, it's within you to change those toxic thoughts, but 2, it's totally natural to have them, and to not be so judgmental and harsh on yourself when they pop up. Chauncey and I like to talk about, just letting them arise, feel that feeling, but don't stay there. Don't allow yourself to roll down that hill and spiral.
Exactly. Don't get stuck into it. You're allowed to think of it. It's perfectly fine, because if you don't think about it, then you're suppressing it, which can cause more issues later. That's a whole different episode. But you need to just say what you said. Be oh, okay, I think I suck at this. I don't think I'm good at this. And then you just say it out loud if you have to. Tell it to a friend, whoever, write it down, and then release it, and then move on from it. Because if you keep going into it, like Heather and I just did, we go through the whole 10 steps of all these things and emotions. But just say the emotion, say how you feel, and then let it go, because you are better than what your toxic thoughts really means to you or to other people.
You are enough. Everything that you need to achieve, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, is really in you. You are capable of doing that.
Exactly.
You are capable of doing whatever you set your mind to. And I think too many people let that negative talk really convince them that they're not, when nobody else is saying that. And even if somebody else is saying that, which, you're gonna, in my industry, the entertainment industry, they're gonna tell you all the ways that you are not something before they tell you anything that you are. But you just can't believe it.
Anything, yeah. No, and Heather's right. Like, I think just in life, besides being in the entertainment industry, just in life, like people are gonna tell you what you're not before they're gonna tell you what you are, and they're gonna tell you you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're not like you're not this, you're not skinny, you're not big enough, like all these things, and you have to realize that just because you're not that for them doesn't mean that's good for that's for you to decide. Like that's not their opinion of you doesn't define you as a person.
That's also like placing your worth and your value outside of yourself. Like when you let other people really tell you who you are, what you're capable of, what your limits are, like when you let other people make those decisions for you, you are placing your own worth and your own value upon somebody else. You know what I mean? And, you know, when your own toxic thoughts come into process and then you're hearing that, you know, at the same time, of course you're going to start believing it. You know what I mean? So one, like, get those freaking people out of your life or don't listen to them. Don't give them that power. And two, you know, if you don't like hearing it from other people, why the hell are you going to talk to yourself that way?
Exactly. Like you could say it once and give an inch of a second about how this affects you, and then just be like, you know what? I am that person. I'm a better person than what they're saying. I am a good person. Like I am smart enough. I am creative enough. I am a great actress. I'm a great singer. I'm a great mathematician. Whatever you want to be, you could be. You just have to like realize that their definition does not define you as a person, because there's other people who think way better than you, and yourself have to think better of yourself before you let something toxic come in your mind. But we all believe in toxic thoughts once in a while, and it's okay. You just have to recognize to let go of it.
Exactly. I think the hardest part is for us to like let go of it, and then on top of it, I think realizing that you're having it, because I don't think a lot of people realize that their thoughts are truly toxic. Like your thoughts are so powerful.
Yes.
And a lot of times you don't realize that what you're thinking is toxic. And to when you take the step to realize it, and then you take the step to stop it and shift it, like that's a whole nother thing in itself.
Yeah, like you don't think of it until you actually really think like, oh, this is toxic. Like what I'm saying that I can't, like just simply saying, oh, I'm a really bad cook, just because you had like a couple meals that were awful doesn't mean that you're a bad cook. Like you just have to realize that you have to just do better. So
Exactly.
little things that you say to yourself matters. So Heather, like you said that you were really stressed out this because you had like these amazing auditions. I'm not gonna say what they are, but they're amazing. And how did you get through the whole toxic process? Like what was your thoughts process behind like overcoming the toxic traits that you were doing?
I think a lot of it went back to like realizing that I am enough and what I'm going through. And I think there's like some room for, you know, you're learning, you're growing, blah blah blah, but also too it's just like I should never try and be what somebody else, like I should never give that power to anybody. You know what I mean? Like never be
Preach.
like never try to be like someone that you're not. Like just never try to be someone that you're not, because you're going to be so freaking unhappy. But to interrupt my own toxic thoughts that I was having, I honestly like I realized that I was freaking burnt out and that I was tired, because it was like 3 straight days of like constant work, and I was just like, you know, when you're an actor, you're like emotions are up and down, you're doing this, you're doing that, and it's like there's a lot of things that are going on mentally. And so it's like I was just drained. I was so freaking drained, and I realized that after doing these takes and like not liking any of them, I was just like, what the? I was like, I need to stop. I need to stop because I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's changing. I'm only getting harder on myself about like not delivering what I know my full like potential is. And so I was like, I need to stop. I need to take a break. I need to sleep. And like it was late at night, and so I was like, you know what, enough is enough. So I took a break. And I know Chauncey is a huge fan of taking breaks, and she's always telling me to get some sleep.
I love a break. I love a break. I used to not be a break person. I'm like, no, go, 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 go. But my body said, you are in your 30s. You are tired. You did a lot. And honestly, like I tell Heather every time we do one of our shows, like, I'm going to take a nap after this, because you have to realize that you need to break, because once you don't break, you start getting toxic. You start thinking in your head like, well, if I had more time, if I did this better, it would turn out better. Like Heather said, like she was tired. And I'm telling you right now, I know that when she took a break, she probably felt so much better about her auditions and her prep work and everything for it, because sometimes your body just needs to rest.
It needs time to digest, and like I think recognizing when you need a break is super important too, to help prevent those toxic thoughts, because again, when you're tired and you're run down, like you don't have the defenses to be like, no, I am not gonna let I'm not going down this road. No. So that's definitely how do you battle your toxic thoughts though? Like what's the recent one that either you've had or had to battle?
Let me think. Honestly, like I do say the toxic thought out loud, and then I'm like, no, you are better than this. You are good enough. You are smart enough. And I do talk to friends. Of course, I talk to Heather. I talk to my sister or my parents. Like I know everyone says like your parents know everything before you do, and that's actually freaking true. Like anytime I have a toxic thought, I go to my mom or my dad. They're like, no, you are this, you are that, you are great enough, and then I read the Bible or I write it down. Like there's things I have learned over the years I can't capture. I'm not really good at expressing how I feel in the moment, because if I do that, I'm just either lock myself inside that emotion or I just eventually just burst out in emotions.
Yeah.
So over the years I've learned to talk to people at that time how I'm feeling, or take a step back and write about it or read about it, or just really just talk to my family, my friends, and be like, no, to remind myself that I'm okay to feel how I feel with my toxicity. Like if I say I'm not smart enough, I have to realize, why am I saying that? Just because one person made me feel a certain way. Like you are smart enough. Like you wouldn't be where you are if you weren't smart enough.
Yeah, I think that why are you having these thoughts is super important, and what's causing them. I think just being super curious and inquisitive about look, you're like we said, you're gonna have the toxic thoughts, you're gonna go through that stuff, but to not give it power, to actively just stop it.
Besides, when you let it go, you have to remember the positive. It could be a lot worse.
The brighter side.
That's how I always think of that. Oh well, I'm just well, yeah, this really sucks. I didn't get this promotion at work, but hey, it sucks, but maybe it's a reason why I didn't get the promotion, for a reason. Maybe my stress level cannot do this, or maybe I didn't get that audition, or maybe I didn't get that role, or I have really bad knees. It's probably, it could be a lot worse. I could be really sick. I always think of the positive, the opposite. It could all be a lot worse.
It can always be
worse.
Much money in my account. My gosh, yeah.
I'm broke. No, you're not. Those people out there who actually are this. You get to think of things.
Yeah.
Think of the worst scenario, because honestly, it could be that worse. And it really isn't that bad what you're dealing with. In that moment, you feel like it's bad, but think about the future of it, It could be a lot
I feel
worse.
too, that's really the ground root foundation of being able to switch those toxic thoughts into positive mindsets is one, yes, recognize that you are having a toxic thought and to stop it. 3 is the brighter side, switch that. Yes, it can be worse. What is this trying to teach me? Maybe this is happening for a reason. Let's be aware of that and let's just go with it. I gotta learn something. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think that whole thing is the root of a positive mindset, is to always practice that. Now, were you always really good at that though? Switching your toxic thoughts to positive mindsets?
I can honestly say I've always had an inch, oh, it could be this, it could be that, worse, whatever. But in the past 10 years, I'm just I'm so grateful for everything that's been taking place, family, their health, my health, friendships, growing. I have to think it could be a lot worse, because the things happened worse before, and you have to think about it could be that issue again. If I always think oh well, this could be this, but this could be that. It could be always worse. I've seen some dark days, but I know it's not going to get dark like it used to be, So I have to always think of the positive, because my dad, everyone who knows is my parents, my dad's are PTS, positive thinking system. Positive. He's been putting this in our heads for almost 2 decades, and honestly, it does help me realize that it's okay. I think about oh well, I didn't, I hurt my knee again. But shoot, it could be me getting surgery again. It could be worse. You know, there's always something that could be worse.
Yeah.
And I have to think in my head, like, no, positive thinking system, because you have to think of the positive things in your life to make everything better.
Yeah.
I'm trying since I've gotten older not to take myself too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if you do, like, you become really toxic. Like, you start thinking about everything every day. And, like, if you start just being chill with yourself, it makes you a better person around other people. Like, if you're always high strung, it doesn't help, like, your personal life at all. No. Like, it makes you go crazy.
Not at all. I think for me, I've always been super... I think maybe unless, like, I was, like, really, really young. But, I mean, my parents, obviously, too, had a say in that as far as, like, you know, always looking on the brighter side. And like, being genuinely curious about, like, what is this teaching me? Like, I know with this whole pandemic thing, Lord, it's taught me a lot. But, two... But mostly, it's been, like, you know, patience. Like, I am, like, from past episodes, I'm sure you guys have known that patience is definitely something that's not a virtue that comes by me, like, naturally. I actively have to have patience. And so, this pandemic has definitely taught me patience. And honestly, a lot of understanding. Understanding for other people, other perspectives, what people are going through. I was already a pretty understanding person in general, but I think with this form of understanding is understanding people that are definitely very different than I am. And realizing, like, their motives and their life and their experiences and that kind of stuff. And, you know, the why they are the way they are type of thing. So it's definitely always looking on the brighter side of, you know, that could be worse. And two, it's like, what is this trying to teach me? I'm definitely, like, I like the brighter side and the positive thinking and all that kind of stuff. And the yes, we can. Like, I'm not going to lie, during this week's auditions when I was going through it, I definitely had some real good self-talk moments in that mirror where you're like, Heather, it's all right. You're gonna do this, okay? You are enough. You got this. Like, it's fine. You have it. Trust yourself. Just be you. Have fun. You love it. You know what I mean? Like, it was definitely some motivational Tony Robbins in that damn mirror. Like,
yes, and you need that, though, because you don't know when if you can't do it, how do I say this? If you're not gonna love yourself, no one else will.
Exactly.
Okay? Like, if you're not gonna cheer yourself on the mirror, who's gonna cheer the mirror? No one else. Like, you have to pull, like, that Issa Rae insecure when she's, like, in the mirror and she's, like, talking to herself, trying to hype herself up. That right there is, like, life for me, because, like, to see someone else on TV do that, it was like, okay, so I'm not crazy. You have to hype yourself up to the mirror. Like, you are that person. You are that person. You're that person.
Yeah.
And I think, like, what you just said, like, it helped with your auditions, I bet you.
It did.
I bet you killed them more than you thought you could.
And honestly, like, I mean, if you could see the auditions that I was doing during, like, the negative self-talk, and then the takes that I were doing during, like, the positive, like, this is me, like, I got this, totally drastically different. And, like, my, the person that submitted me to these auditions, they, night and day, she was like, oh my God, these are better. Like, dude, okay.
Yeah, because you know yourself more. Like, you give yourself
it's that confidence that radiates off of you, right? And it's just, like, not accept. I think it's just, like, not accepting, you know, that negative talk. Just stop it. It does nothing to serve you at all. It only hurts you.
When you did, like, this stop, I hella thought that Spice Girls song, Stop Right Now.
Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch.
That should be our theme song for this, Stop Right Now. Because, like, technically, like, stop that BS that you're putting through yourself. Like, you know you're good. You know you're that B. Like, you know you're that baddest. Like, and I think, you know, some people love to take videos of themselves and hype themselves up. And I think that's really helpful, because whatever you do to make yourself know that you're not toxic. Because if you keep having toxic thoughts, you become a toxic person.
Right, and who the hell wants to be around you? No one wants to be around you.
People have quit jobs over toxicity. People have ended relationships, friendships over toxic. So if you're going to be toxic, you're going to lose a lot of stuff. Like, I've done things to escape toxic people in my life or toxic work situations. Like, and I have been toxic in work situations or toxic in relationships with myself, because I was being toxic and living that toxic lifestyle. And, you know, but when you get, like, I feel like you have to just, once you get rid of toxicity in your personal life and your own emotions, like, you don't bring that on to other people. So you're kind of protecting the world.
Yeah, and you should. You're protecting your peace, right? You're protecting your peace, your world, and all that kind of stuff. And how you talk to yourself, like we said, over and over again, is super, super important, because, you know, sometimes you start believing the shit that you're telling yourself, and if that shit is horrible and negative, like, you're not gonna be an awesome person. Like, and you should be an awesome person, like your own version of awesome. And I think what I do a lot is, if that negative space starts coming into me, because I'm definitely someone who likes to keep moving and keep going all the time, and I'm just like, oh, you know, it's the workaholic nature, and it's, you have a goal, and I'm a goal achiever, like overachiever for fucking sure, right? check. And so I think a lot of times is like, I feel like if I work harder, I'll get there faster. And that's totally not how that goes. At least, like, majority of the time, that's not how it goes. And you end up wearing yourself down. And it's just like, it's a spiral. It's horrible. It's toxic behavior, okay? So what I started doing is, one, you know, Chauncey and I love Pinterest. We are a Pinteresting freaking verb we live by. We love it.
I live by it. I do it every day.
I am on Pinterest a lot. I love Pinterest. I get a lot of great ideas.
It's like my relaxing.
It is.
It's my relaxing time. Like, you'll be in bed and just like pin
See,
things.
like, people like to scroll through Instagram like that. We just do Pinterest.
No.
You know, we just do Pinterest. It does.
I don't know why. I like beautiful images.
You know what? I think that's it too. And then I get really good ideas, and I'm like, ooh, I should find a jacket like that because I really like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just like, it's a trigger. Anyways, I love a Pinterest. But I find these quotes, you know, that's why, like, Chauncey and I are very, like, quote heavy, and So She Slays is quote heavy and super motivational. But, like, that's how we get, you know, we instill the positive mindset too, especially something that you look at over and over again. So find a quote or something that you're going through, like, that relates to what you're going through, but, like, you know, obviously don't make it a negative quote, make it a positive quote. And, like, stick it on your phone. Put it on your phone background. I do that because you look at your phone a lot. Put it on your computer, your wall, your mirror, your whatever, so that when you constantly see things like that, it reinforces you.
And she's right. Like, I think it's a helpful mindset. It keeps you accountable of, like, how you feel and, like, how you should think you should feel on a good day. And if you have a bad day, like a toxic day, you can look at your quote and be like, you know what? Shoot, that's it. Or, like, listen to your favorite song. Like, my mom plays Oh Happy Day every morning on Amazon. Every day she plays that song.
Patricia.
Every day. And I'm just like, and it helps. She's so cute. And it's, like, adorable. But I'm like, that helps. There's certain things that I listen to, like, certain songs when I need to, like, feel uplifted. And, you know, quotes, and, like, you just gotta you find things that make you happy or make you feel uplifted. And when you do that, it helps you feel better that day. It could be like, good morning, beautiful, or like, you are a kick-ass, or something like that, or you slay, or anything. It could be just like, you got this, or Nike, just do it. Whatever helps work. And look at this. Nike said just do it. And it has helped trillion of people just to do it.
Do you have a quote? Do you like to put quotes, like, on your phone or, like, around your, like, how do you instill those, like, positive, I guess, sentences, mindsets, and all that stuff? Like, how do you see it all the time?
I guess, like I said, like, I Pinterest at night, so I always, like, do quotes. Like, I find, like, inspiring quotes under that board. I'm like, okay, these are the quotes I like to, like, read or whatever. And especially depends on, like, the moment in my life is, like, I'm dealing with, like, you know, friendships, relationships, or, like, my own personal insecurities. Like, there's quotes that I see myself go towards more. And I feel like my Pinterest board has, like, over the past, like, 5 or 6 years, it goes to, like, you can tell I was, like, having, like, friendship issues. You can see, like, I had, like, a bunch of quotes about that, or, like,
you can tell what you're going through.
You can tell, like, I feel like you can tell what I was going through, like, in relationships. Like, if a guy didn't like me, or, like, I had to break up, I would show that, or, like, I'm having my own, like, you are pretty, you are this, or, like, you are smart. Like, it'll have those quotes. Like, it really depends what I'm going through. And I think I read those quotes like, okay, like, that's it. And, like, that's how So She Slays is. Like, if you read the quotes, like, some quotes you're like, oh, I could probably tell that she's going through something that day. Or, like, or, you know, or she broke up with someone, or someone, like, didn't give you the applause that you wanted or you thought you needed for a project or something. Like,
Yeah.
I think quotes for me, I read the same scripture out my Bible every morning, and it helps me. Like, I have these 2 scriptures I read, the same scriptures, and like my mom, my sister make fun of me. I'm like, it's the same ones you read. I'm like, but I've been doing it for so long, and like it helps me feel at peace with myself in the morning. And you know, just stuff like that, like quotes or movies or music I listen to. But there's certain things I do to make sure I protect my peace, protect my
yeah, definitely
who I am.
What's a quote that is relevant to you right now, like that you look at?
That's a really good question. I haven't really thought about that, but I could say,
or what's the last quote that you looked at, or something that has stuck out to you?
it has to be something about like you are more than enough. And it's you are more than enough. Like, whatever you go through in life, you are more than what you call yourself or how you see yourself. And that quote really resonated because I was like, yeah, I am more than enough. Like, I don't have to be just the idea of what people think I should be or how I think I should be. I am more than enough. Like, I'm more for myself. Like, I am more than I think of myself or other people think of me. So yeah, I'm enough. I'm enough. I don't have to like build myself to be anything higher.
Yeah.
I am enough at who I am now. And if I get bigger than that, that's great. But I'm enough for myself and for others. And if you can't accept that or myself, then that's it. I'm good for myself. I'm enough for me and whoever I'm with. You?
Exactly.
What about you?
So I've been feeling like the pressure to like the more productive you are, the faster you're gonna get somewhere, which is not the case all the time. No. So on my phone, I have a really good habit of whatever my theme is that's going on, like an issue that I need some positive reinforcement on, I always put it as my phone background.
Ooh.
Because you're constantly looking at your phone, and so
true.
There's something about being able to pick up your phone, and when you're gonna go reply to a text or an email, or you're gonna scroll through social media or whatever, like you see that positive reinforcement all the time. So on my phone right now, when I unlock it, it just says relax. You'll end up where you're supposed to be.
I love that.
That's all it says. Relax. You'll end up where you're supposed to be. And there's just something that just kind of, it just takes the edge off when you constantly are like repeating that to yourself and you're constantly seeing. And sometimes it'll be months where it's the same quote, and sometimes it'll only be like a month, a few weeks or whatever, because that's all I need it for. Like before this last quote, it was just like, something about like fear kills your creativity.
Ooh.
And so it's like, because I was having a lot of fear of what was happening, what was going to happen to me, creative wise, where my life was going and all this kind of stuff. And it was like, it had something to do with like, quit letting like fear dictate, your response and squash your creativity.
Ooh.
Like fear kills way more than actually ever doing something would do, which is a totally different topic we will talk about.
Very true.
But yeah, like having those reinforcements, I feel like has helped me out so much, and it really just, it's that constant reminder that you need. I mean, everybody has those toxic thoughts, and when you have something that's constantly, shown to you and thrown in your face, it won't let you stay in that negative space very long.
Exactly. If you just keep going and going, you're good. But yeah, I think those things that we've discussed have really helped us, guide us as individuals. Especially like, right now in this whole shelter in place, like you can really get in a dark, deep, toxic state of who you are and what's going on. So to keep reminding yourself that you are, to relax and you are more than enough is like something I think we have to keep searching for, especially right now. It's a lot of self-reflection that we have to really start gearing our life towards, to be honest with you.
Exactly. So those are our tricks on how we manage our own toxic thoughts and how to turn them into positive mindsets, we would absolutely love to hear your guys's.
Please.
So hit us up via social media, at So She Slays. We are on all the platforms under the same handle. Yes. So we are on Insta, we're on Facebook, Twitter,
Pinterest, YouTube.
Whatever the children do today.
Whatever the youth
YouTube.
Yeah,
whatever
TikTok.
The youth does these days.
Whatever they do.
TikTok, we're there too.
We're there.
So hit us up. Like, respond back. Let us know what you do, because we are always looking for other great ways to incorporate more positivity into our lives. So until next time, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a lot of fun, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.